Gaddafi. It is the latest in a spate of attacks targeting senior members of the Gaddafi establishment. We have details of those and others in this roundup.
A South African court has reversed its own decision, suspending the charges it had leveled against 270 striking miners for the deaths of their 34 comrades shot and killed by police. Under an obscure law used in the apartheid era, they had been charged with murder and put in jail. An investigation will determine what charges will eventually be brought against them now. The former Minister of Territorial Administration in Togo was arrested in Lomé on Saturday in connection with a corruption case. Pascal Bojona will be called as a witness in a case of international fraud worth up to $48 million. He could be charged with participation in the fraud case, pitting the Togolese director of a security company against his partner, a businessman from United Arab Emirates, Abbas Al-Youssef. In Libya, an explosion rocked the city of Benghazi on Sunday as a colonel in the Gaddafi regime was killed when his car blew up. This was not the first explosion targeting members of the security services under the former dictator. The attacks are generally attributed to Islamic radicals. Thousands of young girls participated in the traditional dance of the Virgins on Monday in Swaziland. They danced and sang near the residence of King Mswati III. The tradition is popular but very contested. The king chooses a new wife every year from the group of dancing virgins.
A happy king indeed. With campaigning in full swing ahead of the November presidential polls in the U.S., President Barack Obama is gearing up for the U.S. Democratic Convention with a lengthy interview with CNN's reporter Jessica Yellin. In the interview, Obama spoke extensively about why he spends time at the dinner table with his daughters and helping them complete their homework.
In my interview with President Obama, I talked to him about why he hasn't built more relationships with some of those Washington insiders who could have helped get his agenda through. Here's what he said.
Sometimes Michelle and I not doing the circuit and going out to dinners with folks is perceived as us being cool. It actually really has more to do with us being parents. When we're in town here in Washington, in the evenings, 6:30, we want to be at the dinner table with our kids, and I want to be helping with their homework. And I think that's sometimes interpreted as, me not wanting to, be out there slapping backs and wheeling and dealing. It really has more to do with just the stage we are in our lives.
If you're reelected, your girls will be older. They'll probably have their own weekend plans. They might not want to hang out with mom and dad.
It's already starting to happen. Yeah.
Do you think you might do more outreach of what you call backslapping with members of Congress?
My hope is that getting past this election, people will have an opportunity to maybe step back and say, you know what, the differences that divide us aren't as important as the common bonds we have as Americans. And some of that, I'm sure, will require additional effort on my part. Hopefully, we'll see more effort on the other side as well.
So in the documentary, we delve more deeply into all of these issues, both the president's family life and some of these issues of partisanship in Washington and who shoulders responsibility for it. And we talked to some of the president's closest aides, including Secretary Clinton, his former personal assistant Reggie Love, former Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel, and the leader of the opposition, Speaker John Boehner, and a lot of other people. I hope you'll watch.
Well, time now to take our second break. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Stay tuned then. Welcome back. A football match between female civil servants and a team that comprised female artists and presenters ended 3-0 in favor of the public servants. The game, organized by the Road to Azerbaijan fundraising committee to mobilize resources for the World Cup-bound female under-17 team, was played at the Independence Stadium. Modu S. Jallo watched the encounter, and this is his report.
A second-half brace from Mama Sedi and a goal from Yamunda Ojeng in the first half secured the female civil servants a comfortable 3-0 win over the female artists and presenters. The fundraising football match was organized by the Road to Azerbaijan fundraising committee to tap funds for the darling female under-17 Scorpions, who are preparing for their debut appearance in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, starting on the 22nd of this month in Azerbaijan. Following the hype surrounding the build-up to the game, the two teams defied the torrential downpour and took to the pitch under the rains at the Independence Stadium to kick the ball and raise funds for their sisters who are about to defend the red, white, blue, white and green colors of the Gambia at the international stage. After the kickoff by Fatoumata Jah, the president of the Women's Federation, Central referee Mariati Jobate, got proceedings underway. The female artists and presenters combined together got off to a promising start, dominating possession in the opening minutes, but it was the female civil servants team who first scored, with the goal coming against the run of play, cut away into the game. A quick counter-attacking football found Yamunda Ojeng on her own, and she dashed straight into the box and fired in a left-footed drive into the bottom corner of the net. Having tried and failed to equalize before the halftime, the singers showed what they are good at during the interval. Two further strikes in the second half wrapped up the victory, with both goals coming from the right boot of Mama Sedi. First, she brilliantly rounded the goalkeeper and calmly placing the ball into an empty net. Moments later, she beats the offside trap to make it 3-0. After the game, Sambu Suso praised the two teams for playing a very entertaining match, but queried about the selection of the civil servants team. The Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, who started the game but lasted a little over 10 minutes, was equally impressed, but was quick to defend the selection of her team.
If the ministers were here, like Fatou Lamin Faye, Fatih Baji, we would have given them 12-0. I assure you of that. We had to beg some of them not to put on their jerseys. But you saw the Deputy Speaker, she was here, and Honorable Hadinjai also participated. So I think that is just to show you what we have. Parfai did mention that if time permits, we'll play again, and I assure you, they'll be there. But the ministers were well prepared for the game. And I think just seeing us younger ones, us more junior ones play, shows you that government has what it takes to beat any team.
But what's more important was the purpose of the game.
The objective has been achieved because one, we organize the match to mobilize resources, and two, we organize it as a show of solidarity so the girls will feel that at least they have people behind them, and especially us women.
The main purpose was to raise funds. We've raised some funds and also brought all of us together, speaking in one voice to raise funds for the female under-17 who were also here. So we are really happy. This is one of the several fundraising events we will be organizing. But this one has gone very good so far.
Madam Fatoumata Jah, the president of the Gambia Women's Federation, and Mrs. Elizabeth Rena, a former speaker of the National Assembly, both called on the general public to support the baby Scorpions in their quest for glory. At the end, there was no winner or loser. The only winner here, perhaps, is the under-17 team, on whom the proceeds of this game will be spent on to prepare them for the showdown with North Korea, the United States of America, and France at the World Junior Championship. Modu S. Jallo, GRT Sports.
Well, from sports, we shift our attention to the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
Oh yes, you can drive drive your way there. With the Elton to Mecca Jafale Kafo promo, the Hajj is possible. Stay loyal or become a member of the Elton Jafale Kafo today and enjoy the double take. Because every time you feel